shoulders. Showing her full array of skills there, but turns it over. And another foul called on Talbot. Kalu asking for an unsportsmanlike to stop the break, but not getting that call. Here we go.
Well,
She was going for the ball.
a few years ago, they kind of changed that rule, and they have been calling it a lot, where if it is sort of a fast break opportunity, even if it wasn't an intentional foul, because it was kind of a lot of teams' game plans. They would foul intentionally to just stop the fast break, stop an easy 2 points, and the refs are really, now it's considered an unsportsmanlike foul, and, you know, it's something you really consciously have to think about.
Makamura misses, and now the pass over the head of Talbot. Yeah, I hate it. I hate seeing the foul to stop the fast break. I hate it with a passion.
I mean, it's
because it stops the game.
It does stop the game. As a fan, I understand.
Why,
but as
beautiful pass inside. Go back to that thought. But Nigeria are bound and determined to get good shots, and they are sticking with that approach. And this is a perfect example, getting it to Muhammad. If Muhammad can't go to the ball, take the ball to Muhammad, and they did there. Mosbio getting ready to check back in, it appears. I'm impressed by this coach from Nigeria. He's got them playing good basketball.
And you know, we talked about that a little bit earlier. He did just take over this team in early August. That does not give you a lot of preparation time. But we're also talking about a coach who he has been in the women's game internationally. He was the coach of Chinese Taipei for a number of years. You know, I think he got them a top 4 finish at the Asian Cup. The Asian Championship, sorry, and so he knows the women's game, let's put it that way. It's his first go around with Nigeria, but I think they're responding. I think they're responding to his energy. If you see, I mean, we see him animated here, and this isn't really a timeout, I'm not sure what's going on, but he is animated, and you know, we heard him yesterday in practice, and he's very encouraging. He gives them a lot of support, but you kind of see him feeding off his energy, and I think that's why we're not seeing this Nigerian team go away. They're not going to let Australia sort of pull away easily, that's for sure.
We haven't really spoken about this, but you need to be in that top 3 to advance. If you win the group, obviously, you go straight to the quarterfinals. But if you finish second or third, then you're going to play what they call a qualification for the quarterfinals. Or really, it's a round of 16. Yeah,
it's sort of a new format that FIBA has gone to, and I love it. I love it because, one, you have such incentive to win your group. And I'm not saying people didn't want to win their group before, but maybe they would have looked at a game and said, okay, we're going to rest players. We'll take the loss if we have to because we know we can move on. We have kind of seen that, but here you have such an enormous incentive to win your group. So, you know, these 3 group games.
I've got another thought on that. Okay, if you're a team like Nigeria, it's not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion, not to win the group, but to advance, because then you also get another game. And the more games you get, the more comfortable you have your rhythm. You don't, you know, you could argue that maybe you might lose your rhythm if you go straight to the quarterfinals. I mean, certainly, from a resting the players standpoint, it makes, you're right, it's perfect sense. But I'm just looking at this Nigeria team, and I'm thinking the more games that Mokio has it, the more she gets into the flow of what this Nigeria team is trying to do. But I suppose if you have your choice, you want to win the group.
You definitely want to win the group, and you want that extra day off. I mean, they only have 2 scheduled days off in this tournament. You win your group, you're going to have 3.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. It really does.
Prince Makamura makes the first one, and you say that from experience. I mean, you kind of, do you hit a wall in a tournament like this?
You know, I don't want to call it a wall, but you get fatigued if you're playing 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
And it's tiring. It's fatiguing. Physically, it's very tiring, but emotionally, like you have to forget about a game. You have to learn about it. If you lose, you have to reflect, learn from your mistakes and your losses, but then you don't have time to really dwell on them because you have to turn around and start preparing and planning for the next game. So, yeah, that extra day, it does make a difference. You know, these women are going to be ice bathing on those days off. They're going to be getting massages. They're going to have more time to prepare. So winning your group is important, but you know, we're talking about Nigeria advancing, and right now the way I'm seeing them playing, I'm saying they could probably get an upset and not become last in the group and have to go home, because that's what happens, you know. First team moves on automatically to the quarterfinals, second, third, crossover, and crossover with Group A, and you know, the second plays the third in Group A and vice versa. So,
you know, for this Nigeria team, they're leaving everything out there. You see the steals by quarter, another the many stats that wonderful graphics department brings up. Thank you very much, gentlemen, ladies. But if you, they have Turkey next, and then they have Argentina. So if you come out today, you play as hard as you're playing, it's close, and say you don't win, you have to recover from that emotionally. And you almost wonder if they might show up for that next game a little bit flat. And that would be possibly my concern, because I'm seeing this Nigeria team right now giving absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But
I think Coach is doing a good job. He has played 11 people already. You know, he is trying to get people in the rotation a little bit, but
maybe the game that everybody has circled on their calendar for the neutrals that determines which of the teams will go forward would be Argentina or Nigeria.
Yeah.
But that said, you know.
But you don't want to wait until the last day to get your win to move on. You know, if I'm Nigeria, I'm saying, okay.